Good Monday morning, everyone. Let me see. Let me make sure everybody is on here. Hoo-ha. Good Monday morning. How are you? You are watching Faith Cafe, where we take a sip of God's grace and mercy as we walk through this thing we call faith. Please sign in. Please share. I'm going to wait a few seconds. I am looking at my own posting to see when I pop up. Let's see. It says I'm live on all of these things. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Let's see what we got going here. Yep, there we are. Okay. I want to try one more. Yep, there we are. Okay. Alrighty. Good morning. Good morning. Good Monday morning. My name is Renita D. Davis. You are watching Faith Cafe, where we take a sip of God's grace and mercy as we go through this thing we call faith. Today is Monday, March the 3rd. I'm sorry, March the 4th. It's the third month of the year. So we are at the last month of quarter one for my entrepreneurs, my business people. What are we doing? What have we done? Blessings and great Monday to you, my niece. Oh, hi. How are you? How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Love you. Love you. Trying to figure out which thing you're on. I think you're here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, Auntie. All righty. Good morning, Marcia. Good morning, Marcia. Okay, so as I was saying, my entrepreneurs, what are we doing? What are we doing to this month? This is got last 4 weeks before we end up our um, our first quarter. So, how are we doing on our first quarter? No judgment here. Are we making any moves? What happened? Do we need to stop and revamp? You know what you need to do. Let's get it going. Second thing, first 45. How are we doing on our first 45? If you don't remember what the first 45 is when you get up in the morning, the first 45 minutes of your day. You are not getting on your cell phone. You are not looking to see who called you or what is happening. The only time you pick up your phone is if you're reading a Bible verse on it. Okay. But you are taking this first 45 minutes to do something that is going to keep you grounded. So that's your worship, that's your time in prayer, your time in meditation, your time in reading the word, your time in your devotionals, your time in anything that is going to get you closer to Christ, as well as get you grounded for the day so that you can plan your day and that God is going to be a part of it. All right. So those are the two things. Quarter one, first 45. Today I'm going to talk about on fire for God. I put it in a question mark because my question is, are you on fire for God? Are you on fire for God? And what do I mean by that? So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is because I'm just so excited today. I don't know why. It's just a good day. So here are our scriptures for today. We're going to do Romans 12:11, and we're going to do Matthew 5, 6. So let's go to the first one, which is Romans. And I really wanted it to be my second one, but we're going to do it this way. Romans 12:11 says, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. Okay, so not slothful in business. So let's break this down. Business. Most, if you think about it in its natural sense, it's about work. You going to work, your business, your the things that you do. All right. So I'm going to break it down to you a little bit more because in this scripture, business means diligence. And let me go further. All right. So this is a Greek word, and the Greek word is pseudo. SP, I guess that's how you say it. I'm going to say it like that. You spell it SPEUDO. The number in your Strongs, if you are a Strongs, if you have a Strongs commentary, you will see the number 4710 for the word business, which means speed, haste, diligent, earnestness, enthusiasm. So let's go back to this scripture in the King James Version. See, I got my Bible. Okay. It says, not slothful in business. So, not slothful in your haste, your diligence, your earnestness, your enthusiasm, not being slothful, not being lazy. Okay, it means, let's see, let me get back to it because I just lost it. Not slothful in business, in your haste, fervent in spirit. Okay, fervent. Being fervent means to boil or be hot. Okay, are you boiling? Are you hot? You know, are you on fire for the Lord? That's where I got this from. I was like, you know what? Um, am I boiling? Am I always at that level? You know, and really that level does not mean a whole lot of busyness, because I can see your brains and you're thinking that you always got to be moving, or you always got to be. No, it just means that when you think about God and when you are doing work for Him, and remember, everything that we do should be unto who? Should be unto God. So if we're doing all of these things, we are being fervent, we are boiling, we are to be hot. We are not to be lukewarm, we are not to be complacent, we are not to be slow, we are not to half bake the things that we do. We are to do it in diligence. Okay. We are to do it in diligence. We are to be that type of person that whatever we put our hands to, that it is excellent. Okay. I know sometimes we have days that we are not our best. And in those days when we are not our best, that means that, there's a little extra effort that we're going to have to give, in order to be in that space. Because remember, everything we do it unto God. All right. So to boil, to be hot, business, speed, haste, diligence, earnestness, enthusiasm. That's what I'm talking about. Are you enthusiastic about this? Because, I'm going to tell you a story. My mom, she would make the best pound cakes. Oh my gosh, pound cakes would be seriously the bomb. I don't make pound cakes. I know her recipe, but I do not, because I would probably be as wide as this screen. All right. So, but when my mom would make a pound cake, if she was not feeling her best, if she was not in a good mood, if something was not in balance or in harmony with her for that day, and she tried to put her hands in that cake, one, the cake would fall, it would be gummy, it wouldn't taste right. She would do the same recipe, but it just wasn't there. It was not there. So she'd have to throw the cake away because she wouldn't let us eat it, but she would throw the cake away. So even in your diligence, even in the things that you do, you have to be balanced. There needs to be that balance. You need to have that diligence. You need to have that enthusiasm. Okay. So serving, that was the next part. It said serving the Lord. Now, when I saw this, okay, here's the other Greek word. Oh, I didn't tell you fervent. Fervent is Zeontes, zeontes or zeontes. The number in the Greek is 2204. 2204. All right. Um, and that's what I mean. It means boil or to be hot. Okay. Now, serving, because it does say serving, right? I think that's what the scripture says, serving the Lord, right? So serving is to be a slave, be devoted. All right. Oh, here's a big word. Now, the Greek word is douleontes. Douleontes. I think that's right. Douleontes. All right. The number 1398. That's in, again, if you're one of those deep studiers, those are the numbers that I'm getting this from. Okay, that Greek and Strong's, that Strong's commentary or the concordance. All right. So you are to be a slave. You're to be devoted. Okay, not in the sense of a slave that you are bound and you can't get out. Okay, but your service as a slave, all right, unto the Lord. So let's get this. If I'm reading this right, it says that we should not be slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. So we should have haste and enthusiasm. We should be hot and we should be devoted as a slave unto the Lord. Now, Romans 12, if you read the whole thing, it's really telling. I mean, the second verse says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So this is the one where I think Paul, is this Paul? I love to mess that up. You know, guys, I mess that up all the time. I believe this is Paul. Well, Paul is saying that the first verse says, I beseech you, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Okay, yes, I was right. This is Paul. So, if this is what you're supposed to do, so that scripture right there, that little piece, speed, haste, diligence, enthusiasm. So we are to have enthusiasm. We are to be hot. We should be on fire. Okay, we should be boiling. So that means that temperature is there. It's beyond what anybody else is doing. Okay, it's beyond the natural man. We should be we shouldn't be at that tepid level. Okay, we should be at another level when we're doing the work of God. So that means in everything that we do, we should be up here. We should not be down here basic. All right. We should not be down here basic. It may take us out. It may, and when I mean take us out, it may tire us out. Okay. But we have strength and our strength is in God. So whatever we're doing, whatever we're working, putting our hands to, and we're giving it unto God, guess what? We're going to have that energy. We're going to have that enthusiasm, okay? We're going to have that strength because He is our strength, okay? So that's Romans. Let's get to Matthew 5:16. Matthew 5:16. Hold on, I want to show you this before I mess up everything. It says, be not slothful in business, fervent in spirit. So in our spirit, we should be boiling. Our spirit should be boiling. I wanted to make that point. All right. So then we go to Matthew 5 and what is it? Matthew 5 and 16. And Matthew 5:16 says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So let's break that down real quick. Good works. Good works are ideal acts. All right. Your ideal acts. All right. The Greek word is kala, Kala. The number 2750. Works is Erga. The number 2041. And it means your ideal. Good is ideal. Let me go back a little bit. So Kala is properly, beautifully, but chiefly good, valuable, or virtuous. Okay. So what our works, the things that we're doing should be valuable. They should be virtuous. You want to go back to, who can find a virtuous woman? And you look at all of those attributes. If you look at the, just the value of who Christ is to us, really requires us to be the same for Him. Okay. He values us beyond anything. All right. And if you didn't know that, remember, He sent a part of Him, His Son, to come down here and to be that ultimate sacrifice. So if He sent His Son to be that ultimate sacrifice, then we okay, should do similar. We should be doing the same. We should be valuing what we do and our God just as much. All right. So where was I at? So that's kala. So works. Works is erga, and erga means from primary word ergo, ERGO, and it's toil it's toil. Okay. By implication, it's an act. Okay. So your toil. All right. So let's go back. Let your light shine before men that they may see your good works, that they may see your virtuous, valuable toil. All right. So when you do things for people, when you are out there doing your job, when you're going to your 9 to 5, when you're doing all of that, what they should see, people should see virtuous and valuable toil. Sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? Sounds like you got to work hard. And no, it's not really working hard, but sometimes it's working smarter. You know, you business people, my entrepreneurs, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Um, Next part. Glorify your Father which is in heaven. There you go. So here's my question for you today. Are you on fire for God? Are your works virtuous? Is your toil valuable? Okay. Is your toil valuable? Are the things that you're doing, are people looking at it and agreeing, or at least seeing some value in it? We are to be the salt of this earth. That's the scripture, right? And so if we're the salt of the earth, that means that we should be doing something that is adding to what this world is and what man sees as far as Christ is. We should be adding to the atmosphere, the environment of this space. All right. So, again, my question for you today is, are you on fire for the Lord? Are your ideal acts valuable, virtuous? Your toil, all right? Are you is your business or your diligence, your busyness, okay, let's put it that way, your not just business but your busyness, okay, your busyness, your diligence, you know, your are you enthusiastic in what you do? Are you hot? Are you boiling? Not just hot, but are you boiling? Are you hot? Both of those things. Which one? You can pick. You just can't be Luke or Tippett. You gotta be a little bit level up, okay? Um, and are you a slave? Are you devoted? Are you devoted to the word? How do we get to all of this stuff? We have to read the word. We have to be in our word. We have to be um, you know, really paying attention and um, really looking at uh, who he is. Marcia says, glorified him. Yes, yes, he is to be glorified. That's that when I said, you know, Christ came down, it was himself being glorified. Yep, I get it. Um, so what are we doing? What are we doing? Are we doing unto him? Are we making sure that our work is pleasing unto him? Are we on fire? Are we boiling? I'm going to keep using the word. Are we boiling? To be boiling, fervent in spirit, to be boiling. Your spirit, is your spirit boiling? Or is your spirit just kind of sleepy? You know, kind of like how I get when I get up in the morning. Every morning I get up and I come and I do this. And, you know, there are days that I'm dragging it. I promise you I'm dragging it. But when I get on, when that last countdown comes in and I am ready for you, trust me, I am ready to go. Okay? Because I've done all my study in the background. I've done my prayer. I've done my meditation. I've done everything in the background so that I do not waste your time. All right. So, as I said, are you on fire for God? That's my question. That's what I want to know. Let me say hello to everyone that I can. Let me see who else is on here. Dun, dun, dun. Give me a second. I just want to make sure that I am not missing anyone because when I miss people, hmm, when I miss people, one comment. Let me see. One more. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure that I don't miss anybody and at least acknowledge them and say good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay. That's all I want. So, okay. So, as I was saying, oh, I do want to do one shout out. Let me see. I think I just lost the car. Oh, there it is. Um, on if any of you are golfers, I'm sorry, if any of you are available, the Hunger Resource Network, which is a organization that I volunteer for. It is my heart of hearts as far as providing protein for the for those who are have food insecurities, those who can't get all of the food that they need to provide for themselves. You know, a lot of organizations they do uh, the canned goods. You know, you go to the food pantries, you sometimes you get some green produce, sometimes you get some meat. It's very rare. Well, Hunger Resource Network is one of the organizations that provides those pantries with meat, and they have they have a community service where they hand out meats to all um, agencies who provide food for the homeless or provide food for, you know, food pantries or whatnot, food for the community, and they do it every year. So I just want to shout them out because they have a annual luncheon coming up, and Steve Dolinsky, the food guy, I don't know if you can see this. There you go. So Steve Dolinsky, the food guy, is going to be at 11:30 to 1:30 May the 8th. The tickets are $60, and you can go online, which is Hunger Resource Network. I don't know if you can see that way down there. It's a real itty bitty, but Hunger Resource Network .org. You can go there, or if you can scan that QR code, which probably you can't. But if you go to Hunger Resource Network, you can secure your ticket. It's going to be a wonderful thing. There are some sponsorships if you want to sponsor. You can, all of it's on their website. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. This is, I'm excited about it because this is my second one that I've attended. I'm usually in the background working, doing the audio, visual, or something. So you may, if you come, you may see me running around. All right, that's all I wanted to shout out for today. Um, Please note there is the Art of Womanhood. That is the new anthology that myself has collaborated with. That will be out soon. So just please stay tuned. What else can I tell you? Don't forget daily devotional, measure measure of gratitude. And I've got something else brewing with my book of hope. So just stay tuned for that one. All right. I think I want to expand it because it's an ebook, but I think I want to expand that because you guys need to know the backstory of how that all came about. So I'm working on putting that together. So stay tuned for the second edition of the book of hope, helping you to overcome, plan, and execute. All right. I am way over my time. It is 25 minutes and 20 seconds. So you have been watching. What have you been watching? Oh, Faith Cafe, where you get a sip of God's grace and mercy as we walk through this thing called faith. Remember, are you on fire for God? Be enthusiastic, be the slave, Be boiling, okay? Be boiling in your spirit. Are you on fire? Be on fire today, guys. Be on fire for the rest of this week. Do something that will just level you up. All right. Do something to level you up. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. Um, what else can I tell you? I just appreciate you all being here. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Take care, everyone.